In the archives of military history, certain machines stand out not for their glamour or grandeur, but for their unwavering reliability and exceptional performance. One such unsung hero of World War II was the Vickers Wellington bomber. Born out of necessity, this aircraft played a vital role in shaping the outcome of the war. The year was 1932, and the world was slowly inching towards a cataclysmic conflict. In this tumultuous era, the need for a new kind of bomber was becoming apparent. Britain, in particular, found itself in dire need of an aircraft that could carry a substantial payload, endure long missions, and outmaneuver enemy fighters. In response to this pressing demand, the Vickers Armstrongs Limited Aircraft Company set out to design an aircraft that would not only meet these requirements but surpass them. The result of their endeavor was the Vickers Wellington, an aircraft that would become an unsung hero of World War II. The Vickers Wellington, with its distinctive geodesic airframe construction, was a marvel of engineering. This innovative design featured a lattice-like framework of intersecting steel or aluminum strips. This made the aircraft incredibly strong and lightweight, capable of carrying heavy bomb loads. One of the standout features of the Wellington was its remarkable durability. It could withstand significant damage and still make it back to base. This trait earned it the affectionate nickname Wimpy after the character J. Wellington Wimpy from the Popeye cartoons, who famously declared, "I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today." The Vickers Wellington's ability to limp home after sustaining heavy damage was a testament to its robust construction. The aircraft also boasted impressive efficiency. Powered by two Bristol Pegasus engines, it could cruise at a speed of around 235 miles per hour and had a range of over 2,000 miles, crucial for long-range bombing missions over Nazi-occupied Europe. The Vickers Wellington entered service with the Royal Air Force in 1938, just in time to face the looming threat of World War II. Its first combat mission occurred on September 4, 1939, mere days after the outbreak of the war. These early missions were often reconnaissance flights and leaflet drops over German-occupied territory. One of the most famous missions involving the Wellington was the daring attack on the German battleship Bismarck in May 1941. A squadron of Wellingtons dropped torpedoes on the mighty vessel, ultimately contributing to its demise. This mission showcased the aircraft's adaptability in various roles, from bomber to torpedo bomber. Another iconic moment in the Wellington's history was the bombing of the Gestapo headquarters in Oslo, Norway, in 1942. This mission, codenamed Operation Carthage, demonstrated the aircraft's ability to strike deep into enemy territory with precision. Among the notable pilots who flew the Vickers Wellington was Leonard Cheshire, a highly decorated Royal Air Force officer. Cheshire, known for his daring low-level bombing runs, flew numerous Wellington missions and later became a renowned humanitarian. His service in the Wellington played a pivotal role in his illustrious career. The Vickers Wellington wasn't limited to one theater of war. The Wellington was a main bomber of the Royal Air Force's Bomber Command during the early years of World War II. It participated in countless bombing raids over Nazi-occupied Europe, striking at key industrial and military targets. These missions often came at great risk, as Wellingtons faced fierce German defenses and flak. As the war progressed, the Wellington's role expanded. It was deployed in the Mediterranean theater, where it conducted anti-submarine patrols, supply drops, and reconnaissance missions. Its versatility made it an invaluable asset in this diverse and challenging theater of operations. In the Middle East, the Wellington served with distinction in various capacities, including as a long-range bomber and a transport aircraft. Its ability to cover vast distances without refueling made it an ideal choice for operations in this region. Throughout its operational history, several variants of the Vickers Wellington were developed, each with its own unique capabilities. Among the most notable were Wellington Mark I. The Mark I was the initial production version and the one that saw the most action during the early years of World War II. It had a crew of 6 and was armed with various machine guns for defense. Wellington Mark III. The Mark III featured improved engines and increased defensive armament, making it more formidable in combat. It was a mainstay of RAF Bomber Command. Wellington Mark X. The Mark X was a maritime patrol and anti-submarine warfare variant. It played a crucial role in protecting Allied convoys from German U-boats in the Atlantic. Wellington Mark XIV. This variant was optimized for long-range reconnaissance and anti-submarine missions in the Mediterranean theater. It had extended fuel capacity and additional defensive armament. The waters around Great Britain were filled with naval mines, some of which were magnetically triggered, posing a grave threat to submarines. To counter this, the Royal Air Force developed a strategy utilizing the Vickers Wellington's large metal hoops. This variant of aircraft fly over mine-infested areas and emit a magnetic charge, detonating the mines. This perilous mission required flying at low altitudes over water, putting the bombers within the danger radius of the explosions. By the mid-1940s, as newer and more advanced aircraft emerged, the Vickers Wellington began to phase out of active service. Its role in frontline combat was gradually replaced by aircraft like the Avro Lancaster and the Handley Page Halifax. However, the Wellington continued to serve in various secondary roles, such as training and transport, until the end of the war. After the war, many surplus Wellingtons found their way into civilian hands, where they were used for tasks like aerial surveying and cargo transport. The legacy of the Vickers Wellington extends far beyond its retirement from active military service. This unassuming aircraft played a pivotal role in the early years of World War II, when Britain stood alone against the Axis powers. Its durability, versatility, and adaptability made it a symbol of British resilience and determination. The geodesic construction technique used in the Wellington's airframe represented a significant technological advancement in aircraft design. It inspired future generations of aircraft engineers and designers, contributing to the evolution of aviation technology. Today, the memory of the Vickers Wellington lives on in museums, historical reenactments, and memorial services. It serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by the men and women who flew and maintained these aircraft during a time of great peril. In the grand narrative of World War II, the Vickers Wellington may not be as celebrated as the Spitfire or the B-17 Flying Fortress, but its contribution to the Allied victory was no less significant. It was a bomber that flew through the darkest hours of the conflict, delivering payloads of hope and determination to a world in turmoil. The Vickers Wellington's journey from its inception to its retirement is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. It emerged out of the dire need of a nation on the brink of war, rose to the occasion with remarkable durability and efficiency, and left an indelible mark on history. While the Wellington may not have basked in the limelight of its contemporaries, its enduring legacy continues to remind us of the unsung heroes who played vital roles in shaping the course of history.